Sefer Bamidbar, also called the Book of Numbers, opens with a parasha which focuses very much on numbers, on a census, which is carried out ostensibly in preparation for the upcoming military campaign to conquer the land. People are counted according to their families, according to their tribes, and great emphasis is placed on the precise numbers of each individuals and each tribe. And this isn't the first census in which the Jews have been counted in the desert. We learned already from the first desert head count in Parashat Kitisa that such a project is not undertaken by counting individuals. Rather, it's done by collecting half-shekel coins. According to Rashi's understanding in Bamidbar, the coin-collecting method was employed again in this week's parasha. There was no head count. The reason given for counting coins rather than heads is v'lo yeh b'hem negev b'fkodatam, that there will not be any plague caused by the counting of the people. Which raises the question, in what way does counting people lead to a plague? And how is this potential plague prevented by counting people through half-shekel coins rather than by a simple head count? So there's a very interesting suggestion by the Malbim. He writes that we must place this concept of head counting and the census and half-shekel coins in the context of a broader idea. The Rambam describes towards the end of Moreh Nevuchim that the Avot merited that there be a national providence as a Zechut Avot, which would guide and protect the Jewish nation throughout the generations. This national providence, or Zechut Avot, explains Malbim, relies upon the people being reckoned and identified as a nation, as a community. The more unified we are, the more we recognise ourselves as being a community, the more this Zechut Avot, the more this Hashgacha will guide us and protect us. The process of counting heads, however, stresses the distinct separateness of each person. And in the case of the Bamidbar census, each tribe and each family is being separate. Zechut HaRabim, the Hashgacha Klalit of the nation, therefore is symbolically maintained and perhaps restored by the contribution of half-shekel coins specifically. Half-shekel coins represent the correct balance between individualism and community identity. Each one of the people makes their own unique contribution. No one else can give for you. Each person must give their own coin. However, at the same time, the individual contributions are by themselves incomplete, only a half shekel. So the process of counting, on the one hand, shows you that each person must make their own contribution. Within the national framework, each person is the individual. On the other hand, that can't be taken to its fullest extent. While being an individual, you also must recognise that as an individual you are incomplete, and the correct balance must be struck between the individualism of each person and their role and the responsibility towards the community.